how to protect about SMS fraud. Fraud is something that now it's very important for the companies, because with the pandemic, a lot of pickpockets decide to switch to the digital world, and they are becoming better. They are getting better doing behaviors that it's very important to protect our companies from this kind of fraud. So first of all, I'm going to talk about 4 types of SMS. There are many frauds, different frauds, but here we are going to talk about the most common. One is smishing, the other one SMS spoofing, SIM swap, and SMS pumping. We're going to start with SMS smishing. Smishing is as phishing, probably you know phishing, but via SMS. And it's a phishing attack that uses social engineering to get personal information about someone using text messaging. For instance, here you have an SMS. We are unable to deliver your package due to lag, blah, blah, blah. So probably most of you are waiting a package. All the people is waiting, buying online. So you are expecting to receive a kind of this message. So probably you will press, if you trust this message, you will press the link, and then you will give to the fraudster your personal data. So it's very important when you receive a link in an SMS, you have to be aware that probably is not the package that you are waiting for. Sometimes they are also asking for money. Your package is in the border, and if you want to get the package, you need to pay like €3. €3 is not too much, so probably you are going to pay, but the fraudster, they are getting €3 with many people that they are going to pay. SMS spoofing, it's the same, it's phishing, but in this is a technique where they change the sender ID, the originator, and they put an alphanumeric text allowing to impersonate the identity. So maybe you are bank ABC, you are from this bank, and if you receive an SMS from your bank, you will trust this SMS, and you will press the link, and you will give your credentials to get into your bank account. So you have to be always aware when you receive an SMS that maybe the originator is not the real one. Could be a fraudster behind. What Lleida.net is doing to protect for this kind of SMS fraud. The first thing is we have a high protection to Lleida.net users, because most of the time fraudsters, they try to hack users, real users, to send SMS. So we have many users connected to our platform, and the first thing is to have complex passwords. Then it's very difficult to them to hack the users. And another thing is user and password. If you have a customer and you have to send their credentials, it's very important to send via different channels, not the same one. For example, if you send the user and password via an email, your email can be hacked, and then the fraudster will have the user and the password in the same email, and it's very easy for them. But if you send the user via email and the password via an SMS, WhatsApp, Skype, Viber, whatever, they will have, it's more difficult to have both. Another thing we have is blocking inactive users. When we have a customer that they are not using Lleida.net services, then we automatically block it. Because if they don't use it, it doesn't make sense to have it connected. Then when we have customers that they are sending SMS but not high volume, for instance, 1,000 SMS per day, we have a limitation. We put a limitation in that user, and then if the user reaches their limit, it's automatically blocked. So it's another protection for them. And finally, when you get into our website and you want to create a new account, you have to do our KYC onboarding. So we take a picture of your ID, the front and the back. we take a selfie of you, and with a face recognition process, we know that you are the same of the ID, and whether the ID is a real one or a fake one. So then, once the customer is a trusted one, then you can proceed with the signature of our agreement, and then you will have a new user. So then, if the user do smishing, for instance, we will know who is behind. Another thing we do is artificial intelligence feedback and system training. We have many different alarms. We are all the time monitoring our traffic to know what is happening. We have many kind of alarms. For example, we have red flag words, which is, for instance, the word package. As we mentioned before, there are many suspicious words that if you see a lot of messages with the word package, then we have alarm. We don't have everything automatic. There is a human interaction. So then with the alarm, the human will see if it's a legitimate traffic or not. Then we have high peak of volume in short period of time. We have more alarms. Could be a marketing campaign, then it's okay, but sometimes it's fraud, so then we block. Also, when they take a range and they start to do a broadcast of SMS consecutive numbers, in this case, we take the range and we block directly. And we also do a verify the link of the SMS to see if it's a trusted link. And another thing we do is we are a MEF member from MEF, it's Mobile Ecosystem Forum, where we collaborate in Spain with Spanish banks, operators and aggregators, and we put in common the bank, for example, they say, we are not going to send with these senders. In this case, we put a blacklist with all these senders, and with the protected senders, we share with all of them. We share the originator. They are coming from this company, and then sometimes we block, and sometimes at least is to know and to be aware the percentage of the fraud that we have in Spain for banks. Another fraud is swim swap. Swim swap is the attacker, the fraudster. They have personal data for someone, and then that person calls to an operator and they say, okay, I want another SIM card because I want a new one, and I'm this person, blah, blah, blah. So finally, the operator gives to the fraudster a new SIM, and at this moment, the other SIM is switched off. And at that moment, the fraudster will receive incoming calls and SMS. So they will have the OTP codes, and they can enter into your bank account. So be aware, if you suddenly you don't have service in your SIM, you don't have coverage, be careful. Because maybe your SIM card is in another handset, and that person is, maybe your bank account is empty. So it's very important in these cases to be aware that this is a possibility. This is why we are selling to operator our KYC, Know Your Customer, which when you need a new SIM, the operator do with us the KYC onboarding. So it's the thing we explained before. We take a picture of your ID, the front and the back, and a selfie. So then we will recognize if you're a trusted customer, and then we will give you the new SIM card. And the last fraud that I'm talking is SMS pumping, which is now very, very common. All the SMS companies, they are very worried because they are destroying the credibility of the SMS channel. And we are trying to find a solution to stop it. How it works? There is a company, a fraudster company here, and with bots, they generate fake SMS, for example, trying to as users that they are forgetting the password, so they generate fake SMS, and then they are real SMS as well. The app will pay to provider 1, then provider 2, and finally they will get the traffic. The fake SMS, they know the destinations that they are the fraud, so they will send to the rubbish this traffic, but they will receive the money from this traffic, and then the real traffic they will send it. So at the end, they are getting a lot of money, but who is paying is the app. Could be a startup, could be Google, could be Facebook, WhatsApp. So they are paying a lot of money for fake SMS. That's why Twitter decided to stop OTP codes. So it's very important to block this kind of message, just to keep the channel of SMS as a trusted one. So the solutions that we are having now, or we're trying to block these kind of behaviors, is, first of all, adding security. If you add a CAPTCHA, if you're a startup and you want to put SMS in your website, it's very important to add a CAPTCHA. At least that for the bot, it's more difficult to send SMS. And also integrate alternative channels as KYC to know who is behind. Also very important to monitorize what is happening. If there are peaks of SMS traffic, maybe it's suspicious. Also, if there are to the same destination a lot of SMS, maybe you can try once, twice, but 20 SMS for OTP to the same destination is not, probably it's fraud. And also from the same IP. And then sometimes there are a lot of traffic if you compare with the population of the country. If there are 10 millions of population in a country, you cannot have more than the inhabitants of SMS. So this is another thing. And finally, blocking. You can create blacklists of numbers, range numbers, also for IPs that they are originating traffic, and trying to block this kind of behaviors. And that's all about SMS fraud. So if you have any question, please, now it's your time.